Final Fantasy imports here, because the Leviathan is a common name for ships in Final Fantasy, as well as a potential summon in Final Fantasy as well. So yeah, this is your very own buoyancy operated aquatic vehicle. Or aquatic transport. I messed that up. Oh well.
Now we're true pirates.
Okay, this is really freaking cool.
Don't let this chance sail by, mate.
Fire! Cannons! Fire! Take this!
Huh. Did it slow me to a stop when they hit me?
Yeah, getting hit by the cannons will slow you down. And if you get hit by them enough, you'll stop, so you'll have to course correct if you get hit by cannons.
Man. Yeah, this is really goddamn cool.
On the pearl, mate.
That's your map you can explore.
Aww.
It's friggin' great. I love it. Now, unfortunately, you haven't unlocked leveling it up yet. Some more story crap has to happen first.
Okay, you know what? Fair. If movies did the crud that Kingdom Hearts pulls, where you can't watch them in the numbered order because of a bunch of in-between titles, that might get confusing and weird.
That ship!
I suppose that's just the MCU, isn't it?
Yeah, the MCU is probably the most
Look, this
comparable thing to Kingdom Hearts, and even then, you could change up the order in the MCU and be fine for the most part.
Like, imagine if you just watched the Avengers movies and you were confused as absolute hell.
Yeah, you couldn't just watch the Avengers movies.
Of course.
To be fair, Captain America Civil War should have been called Avengers
back in the
Civil War.
organization.
Agreed.
Yes.
What do you think of
Surprising,
the...
isn't it?
Okay,
that they
so
do me
you
the honor.
intentionally made it cringe. Okay,
Never
just
count
checking.
your cards until they've all been dealt.
He copy-pasted a
Jack, don't you give this creep the time of
cringy
day.
fanfic into the comments.
Come now.
Okay.
Are you really
Fair
so
enough.
unsophisticated that you decline a gentlemanly conversation?
What'd you say?
I mean,
Sora,
Oh.
stand down. It's the
didn't
code.
copy-paste it? Oh, you just wrote
Mustn't
it?
strike a pirate aboard
I kind
ship
of respect that.
when said pirate offers to confabulate.
Ah, yes. And how could I love games and contests without honoring the rules? Because only by winning fairly does victory have any savor at all.
But, of course, the code is actually more guidelines than rules. Speak your piece.
I am looking for a box,
Oh, well, how about
a
that?
chest perhaps. You know the one.
Been a Kingdom Hearts fan for like 9 years? Good for you, man.
Yes. Maybe. No, I know of a box. But said box is not a box you want to trifle with, mate. Trust me.
Really?
I only really
wager,
got...
then.
I started playing the games in...
And of
My
what
god, it was
nature
April, I
would
think it
this wager
was.
be?
Wasn't it, Andrew?
What say
Yeah.
we have a little race to
Something
that
like that.
charming port town which you hold so
You
dear?
played Kingdom Hearts 1 and you took a break
Port Royal.
between 1 and 2 to
Yes.
play
Whoever reaches
Strikers,
it
I
first
think it was.
is the victor. And the stakes?
No,
You
no, I
told me
played
all
Strikers
about
when
that
it came out in
chest.
February, didn't I? I think I
Against
played
what?
Royal after I played
I will
Kingdom Hearts
get you
1.
whatever it is.
Oh yeah,
you
so we
want.
took a real long break from Kingdom Hearts after 1. And you were really iffy on playing 2,
Jack?
but we
Then
got
we
you to
have
do
an
it.
accord.
Yeah, and after playing 2, specifically the end of 2...
Now, let
Aren't
us
you gonna
begin.
read it? Not out loud, my dude. I
Prepare to make sail.
can't handle
But
that. I could
Jack-
barely handle the cringe of reading
Up
it.
canvas!
Hey, Jack!
With a will, lads!
Jack,
Oh,
listen!
I guess I don't want to hear it
So,
then.
You can't let him get his hands on that box. Do you really know whatever it is that he's looking for?
Let's just say there's a potential possibility he wants the chest containing Davy
Yes,
Jones'
a
heart.
potential possibility.
Because I
The
have
best
the
kind.
obvious notion why he'd covet the blighted thing.
Is it a black box?
It is more black than blue, so yes.
Do you think it's the one?
And winning the race would keep it out of Organization 13's hands.
Hey. You're right.
What do
I
you
do get the
three
argument, but it
muttering
only
on
takes
about?
30 minutes to watch a
Basically,
summary. Try
we
watching
need to win
Avengers
this
2 right
race.
after 1, and I was lost 5 minutes
Precisely.
in.
No purchase, no pay.
I mean,
You might have the makings
even
of
if
a
you watch
pirate
all the
after
Marvel
all.
movies, you're lost 5 minutes in. Because Avengers 2 starts in the middle of something that wasn't explained at all.
Yeah, it's... Age of Ultron starts in the siege, doesn't it? Like, of a Hydra base.
Yeah. Like, there's no setup for the beginning of
Wins.
Avengers
Yes,
2 at
they would
all,
make
even
it
if you've watched every Marvel movie.
Let's try those cannons.
Full speed!
Aha! Thank you, Ventus! Cheeky son of a bitch.
All right! Fire!
I love being able to blast the ships before they can ram you. It's so fun. It's like a bad idea to equip your ramming ships with a weak point right in the front.
Definitely not something I would recommend.
Take this!
But,
Oh
you
god,
know,
you got tidal wave.
Let's do this!
maybe they know something we don't. What the
I love
fuck?
how ridiculous this attack
A
is.
bit much, eh?
A bit much, eh?
Avengers Endgame Remix Final Mix. I mean, at least in Avengers 2, there's no, like, new characters added from, between it and Avengers 1.
Yeah, there aren't any new Avengers. There aren't a ton of extra characters that you need to watch their movie for. All the new characters are introduced during the movie. And they're new characters to everyone, no matter how many movies you see in the series.
Not quite.
Vision didn't show up in anything. Wanda didn't show up in anything before then. At least not in the MCU.
Yeah, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Vision were all new to Age of Ultron, as was Ultron himself.
Those were the only new characters in Age of Ultron, weren't they?
Yeah, the Hulkbuster suit wasn't
out,
shown
Triple.
at all before
Starboard side,
Avengers
all
2.
clear.
Well, that's not a character, though. That's just something
Right.
Tony built.
We got this one in the
Um,
bag.
They kind of did more with the Infinity Stones, and Thor knows about them because of Thor 2, I believe, but they don't really... That's not
The
really
game
something
isn't
you're
over until
really
it's
confused
over.
by, I think.
Yeah, like, honestly, I think being confused by Avengers 2 it's just because Avengers 2 starts confusing. You just kind of have to accept it.
Yeah, if you watch Infinity War and Endgame without the context of, like, Civil War, you'll be confused the hell out, though.
Oh yeah, that
They're closing in! Come about! Make ready to return
Infinity
fire!
War you need to see basically every Marvel movie
Aye, aye.
that had been out to that point to understand it fully.
Black Panther came out, like, right before it, so you'd be hella confused by the latter half of Infinity War that takes place in Wakanda. Do you
I
remember?
had barely seen Black Panther before I went and saw Infinity War. So yeah, this is a boss fight right now. You do have to defeat the big ship.
Take this!
All the other ships don't really matter. Wind chargers?
Let's do this!
Enjoy the locker, mate!
Well, that's rude. Why do we not have a ram?
Take this! Cannons!
I want a ram.
Get 'em!
What are you gonna do with the goat?
Ah! Do I remember what Naminé looks like? Yeah, Shaylin's the one people forgot. I remember Naminé.
Did you just make that joke to Cameron?
Sure did. I
Seriously?
regretted it already. Okay, he asked me in the chat, do you remember what Naminé looks like? So, I saw an opportunity. I still kind of regretted it, though.
Defense!
Are you hyped for the new Spider-Man? I am, actually.
I'm not. which is a shame because I liked the other two, but now they're putting stuff I would rather not have seen in the MCU Spider-Man yet.
Defense! Fire! Oh! Defense!
Wow.
Fire!
We really don't have a way to heal our ship, do we?
This!
Nope. The ship automatically heals after battles, but in battle, the only thing you can use... Rage Cannons is good. Rage Cannons drains the HP like nothing else. Look at that HP.
What HP? Do you think Tobey Maguire's gonna appear? Probably. That's one of the reasons. Yeah, that's one of the reasons Andrew isn't excited.
I hate Tobey Maguire so much. He's a terrible actor. Oh. If I do watch that movie, it's gonna be for cheap Redbox or something. I'm not seeing that in theaters.
Okay, pulled up aside. How do we board? Frick yeah! Let's go!
Another game it is, then.
Question for
There really should have been a Luxord fight here, and I hate that there wasn't.
question for person in the background, being Andrew. What did Tobey Maguire ever do to you? He made him dislike Spider-Man.
He did. The first Spider-Man experience I ever had were the Tobey Maguire movies, and I hated them. And I thought that's what Spider-Man was like in everything. So I ignored Spider-Man for forever. Until I learned that, no, Tobey Maguire is not what Spider-Man's like all the time. It's just like what Spider-Man was like in Tobey Maguire movies.
There are people out there that consider Maguire to be the quintessential Peter Parker. I don't think so, but there are people like that.
Oh, those people are very wrong because he's the worst one. He comes off as an asshole even when he's supposed to be sympathetic.
Are you more of a Tom Holland fan? I'm pretty sure you've been enjoying Tom Holland as Spider-Man, right, Andrew?
Tom Holland's the one, right?
Yeah, Tom Holland's MCU one.
Yeah, I really like MCU Spider-Man. He's probably my current favorite rendition of the character. I think my second favorite is the one in the game. PS4 game.
Oh yeah, PS4 Spider-Man is a lot of fun too.
I think the only other Spider-Man I've seen is Ultimate Spider-Man, the TV show.
Oh, Drake Bell.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's Drake Bell. Isn't that hilarious?
That was the most just okay TV show I ever watched. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. Sure was a TV show I felt so much good of.
That's fair. My favorite interpretation of Spider-Man is probably Spectacular Spider-Man, Josh Keaton.
I do gotta say, I like Into the Spider-Verse, but I don't think it was the greatest movie 5 ever that people have been saying it is.
It made me like Miles, and I appreciate that, because I was not a fan of Miles Morales before Spider-Verse.
I've only seen the Miles Morales in Spider-Verse and the PS4 game, so... He was fine in the PS4 game, and he was fine in Spider-Verse. He was the best character in Spider-Verse, which is good, because he was the main character,
Yeah.
so...
Never seen the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man films. I enjoyed them fine.
Those are the ones between Tobey Maguire and MCU. I watched part of one of them. I didn't hate it the same way I do Tobey Maguire movies, but I didn't really like it either.
Yeah, I think I was more meh on Andrew Garfield than on Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland too.
Meh is the perfect word for that one. He was just kind of meh.
There were some really fun moments I liked.
I don't think I've ever just sat down and watched the movie, so I couldn't point out any specific moments at all.
Like, one of the ones I really like is when he's stopping a carjacking and he's just bullying the carjacker. Like, he fakes a sneeze and shoots web at him. He has a lot of fun taunting his villains, and I respect that.
I mean, Spider-Man taunting villains was kind of my favorite part of the PS4 games.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Because he was giving them shit all the time, and I loved it.
Yeah, Spider-Man has no mercy, and I think that's one of people's problems with Tom Holland, is he doesn't really seem to be cheeky enough with the people he fights.
I don't know, he's pretty damn
Magnificent.
cheeky. He stops in the middle of the fight and starts asking them questions like a goofball. I love it.
Yeah,
That's why he's my
You're
favorite
up to
rendition of the
something.
character.
I really enjoy him, because he really gives off this vibe of
I
a
know when
fanboy
I've
that
been
got
outdone.
superpowers.
I love
You're
it.
outdone
He's
before you
he's
even
easily my
started,
favorite
mate.
Spider-Man.
But I admire your
Not my favorite
conciliatory way
MCU movie.
of
My favorite
conceding
MCU
defeat.
movie is the Ant-Man movie. But he's my favorite Spider-Man.
Not gonna lie, I
Now,
want
I
to keep talking
believe
about
I
Kingdom
owe you
Hearts.
your
Well, we are
cards.
playing that. We're not playing Spider-Man.
But I neglected to ask what it is that you want. Perhaps.
We were just in the
You're
middle of
enlightening
bullying
me.
Luxord, so I figured we could have a bit of a segue, but, you know.
That's easy.
I talked about
I want
Spider-Man
the
because you
chest
started talking
that's
about
aboard the
Spider-Man.
Dutchman.
No,
So
Jack, don't
yeah.
tell him.
I mean, we're already getting better because like a year and a half ago or so, I wouldn't have had anything to say in this
Really?
conversation.
That's true. Yeah, to be fair, Pete, you're the
good.
one that asked if we were hyped for Spider-Man Homecoming. You're the one that brought it up.
Jack.
Homecoming's coming out a second time?
He said, are you hyped for the new Spider-Man Homecoming sequel? And
didn't
that's
tell
what
him
started
which,
us
Dutchman.
talking about Spider-Man.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, I outwitted him.
Oh well.
You
Is
knew
that
he'd
not the
tell
same
you
thing,
where it
Luxor?
was.
Oh, I didn't notice the
I've
keychain
always
for the
been
Monsters
far
Inc.
more
is Boo's
interested
monster
in the long
outfit.
game.
Yeah.
Now let's
I
see
like that.
where it takes us. That is, if you stay apace.
This was a fun little sequence. I wish we had gotten to fight Luxord, though.
They really wanted to save him for the end of the game, but I really feel like some little skirmishes in the Disney worlds would have been nice.
Yeah, we haven't fought a single organization member, and we've ran into a good portion of them.
There's no point.
Yeah, there should have been a 1v1
Why not?
Vanitas fight that ended in the
ship's
draw. There should have been a
listing
1v1
near to
Luxor
scatters
fight
from
that
that
ended in the
cannon
draw.
fire.
Honestly,
She'll be
maybe
needing
that would have
repairs.
been how Yidis
Let's make
Vanitas
the
happened.
Port
We
Royal.
distract Vanitas until Sully can get in close and grab him.
Oh, that would have been great.
Man,
It's a minor nitpick I have is that there aren't any
organization fights.
before the end of the game.
Look for crabs.
You don't have to
They'll
kill
set her
them.
right.
I just want a
Crap.
skirmish.
I
White
mean,
crap.
A
honestly,
skirmish where you
Never
finish
mind the
your
particulars,
health
mate.
bar and then they
The
go
white
ha ha
crabs.
ha.
Savvy?
Okay, I tested you. I guess you're good enough for now.
Aye,
I'm
aye.
gonna leave now. Bye.
honestly,
They
didn't we
did that in
not?
Birth by Sleep a couple times.
Yeah, didn't we not
And I-
fight any members of the organization until after the battle in Hollow Bastion in 2?
In 2, you fought. 1, the second time you visit Beast's Castle, you fought Demix at Hollow Bastion. I think that's it. I think you only fight those 2.
Well, actually, you first mentioned Marvel films. The first thing that came to... you were talking about movies by saying how confusing Toy Story 3 would be if there were a bunch of in-between, and I use the MCU as an example of it being complicated, so I suppose it was both our faults in a sense.
It's not like we don't get shoot off into tangents
Over
all the time
here.
anyway.
I found some.
I think a few streams ago we spent the whole stream talking about Persona 5 while playing something else.
That sounds like us, alright.
Yeah. Like, I don't. As long as when we get to certain parts where there's stuff to say, sure. Like right now, this is one of the parts where people who don't like this world, this is why. The crab collecting.
I mean...
They're hidden everywhere. It's not too hard, in my opinion, to get the 300 crabs it asks for. In fact, I believe there's about 500 crabs total hidden on this island.
Oh, well, that's generous, at least.
But crabs are how you upgrade the ship. Crabs are basically XP for the ship.
Port Royal is cool? Yes, it is. I'm enjoying my time here so far.
This
There-
is my favorite Disney World in the game.
There
This
were
is my
some-
favorite Disney World in the series.
There were some really fun and cool moments in Frozen, like, surrounded by actual Frozen happening. But, like, Larxene goddamn stole the show in Frozen.
Oh yeah.
And-
Definitely the best part.
That final Heartless fight?
Oh yeah. It's the apology for how boring most of Frozen is.
Do you think they had the boss fight all planned out and that was supposed to be like Elsa's Heartless, but then Disney like told him to shut up? So they're like, fine, do Hans, I guess. He's supposed to be a bad guy. Disney won't have a problem with that.
That's the theory. There's no proof to it, but that's the theory.
I mean, I definitely think that that makes sense. It may be incorrect, but it makes sense.
I think I see something on the roof.
The crabs can be in trees, they can be on the roofs, they can be in barrels. Just, if you find something breakable or interactable with it,
Whack it.
interact with it, you'll probably find crabs.
Cheeky shits. I'm shocked that we don't see any in the shape of a lucky emblem.
I mean, there are quite a few lucky emblems in Fort Royal.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that, but with how massive this world is, there's probably a ton of them bitches all over
Yeah,
the place.
Pirates has the most lucky emblems of any world in the entire game.
Let's see, Pirates is the biggest in the game. Unsurprising.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Second most is San Francisco, but San Francisco is supposed to be the last world with lucky emblems, so that also makes sense. Because there aren't any lucky emblems in the final area of the game.
Oh, is that for like completion stuff? Did I know about the island? I did not. I remember.
Know about the what?
I didn't know about the islands. Andrew was gushing about how cool this world was, but he refused to elaborate. I think he wanted to see my reaction.
Yeah, I've been telling you how good this world is, and I've been telling you about the ship, but I haven't really been telling you too much about all the hidden stuff.
Getting away.
Y'all
Like,
motherfuckers.
the reason this ship world is so good is because it's all the exploration I've ever wanted in a Kingdom Hearts game. I love having this huge map to just go around and find all of these stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to do all of it, but you can do a good chunk of it. There's secrets everywhere.
Honestly, the sheer size of the world and the ability to pilot the ship and stuff, it's scratching an itch that I've had since I first played Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag, my brother bought that game, and I wanted to play it for the pirate ship stuff,
But it
but I
kept
had no interest
getting
in
you
anything
away.
else, so I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it kept getting you away from the pirate shit.
Yeah, like the pirate ship was cool. It was gimmicky as all hell, but it was cool.
Yeah,
So
honestly,
this is finally a game where I actually like the rest of the game, and I get to dick around with a pirate ship. It's great.
yeah, honestly, with the rig they created for pirate ships in Assassin's Creed Black Flag and in Rogue, they should have just made a pirate game too.
I would buy that. Like, I didn't play it much because it was my brother's game, and I didn't ever start my own save file because when I did try it out, I did not like the assassin part of the Assassin's Creed game. I have never played an Assassin's Creed game other than the 5 or 10 minutes that I borrowed that game from my brother, by the way. So, like, if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, it's not that I'm hating on the game, it's just not my thing.
If Donald mentions ingredients one more time, I need to read the fanfic. No. That's a fool's bet. Of course Donald's gonna mention ingredients. Cheeky bastard. It would be a fool's bet to say, yeah, you know what? Donald won't mention ingredients for the rest of the stream.
I mean, I suppose you could get real lucky and it's only Goofy.
You know what? That's true. I mean, there is also the distinct possibility that I could say, you know what? I bet you he doesn't do it for the rest of the stream and then end the stream right here.
I mean, it is 9:40. So we're getting pretty close to when we usually end.
Yeah, we are. Man.
I guess maybe after you get all the crabs and then we can do ship exploration next time.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. If Sora, Goofy, or Donald mentions ingredients, well, now you're just changing the rules to give yourself an advantage, my dude. I didn't even agree to it to begin with.
Where did they all come from?
Oh, I see. I have to dive onto it, don't I?
Yeah. I believe there's like a crap ton of crabs in there. Maybe like 50 of them or something. An arrow.
Oh. Shit! Okay, Sora. He got real eager to whack that
The
tree.
crabs will make a break for it to the ocean, and once they're in the ocean, they're hard to get back, by the way, so... The ones that fall down, go to those ones first.
Duly noted.
I don't think you can get soft locked, but... It makes it slower if you don't do
Yeah,
that.
they probably respawn after a certain point. That's how I do it, so that you don't accidentally softlock yourself.
Hmm.
Well, over halfway now.
Yeet.
Even this I don't really mind that much. This is a good way to explore the world. There was no reason for that, but people threw money at me anyway.
Yeah,
I suppose that
because
was...
they think you're a street performer.
I mean, I would have cracked a joke about Sora dressing like one, but he actually looks like he belongs here. So, you know, joke's on me, I guess.
Yeah. Hi. So is Pete in Discord here, the one we've been talking to on Twitch?
Possibly. If he just joined, then yeah, I'd say so.
Nice. Oh, I'm gonna sleep well after this stream. Well, that tryptophan and the tacky. It's one of my favorite episodes of Phineas and Ferb.
That entire show is bangers.
Where he has a turkey-inator, so that people eat the turkey and fall asleep and just lay there while he takes over the entire tri-state area.
Nearly enough.
I mean, I'm 2/3 of the way, Jack. I wouldn't say nearly enough, but I appreciate the spirit. I love Kingdom Hearts so much. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It was kind of a slow bonding for me.
It's my favorite game series of all time.
Frankly, I'm glad that I played Final Mix of KH1, because if base KH1 had near the amount of problems that you were mentioning, I don't know if I would have even bothered trying to continue.
What do you mean? Using L and R buttons to control the camera doesn't sound like fun to you?
Phineas and Ferb is cool. I hate Phineas's head. You know what? Fair. Man's a Dorito.
It's a nacho. Yeah.
Like, no.
The show's funny. I like it. It's very quotable and
I bet you there's a lucky emblem here.
In the prison?
Let's
Probably.
see.
yeah.
I mean, that's
I
the
can tell you exactly where it is if you want me to.
That's the first I've heard any of them mention it. So, Thought for sure it'd be like on one of the lights, maybe.
If it was a snake, it'd bite you.
I mean, probably. Ah!
Let's see.
You were standing right next to it. Where's the lucky emblem?
I feel like some of them are cleverly hidden, some of them are hidden in ways to make you question things. No, it's a triangle? Yeah, a Dorito and a nacho. Triangle. We're all agreeing, my dude.
Yeah. Both Doritos and nachos and triangles are all the same shape.
Wow, I've almost got enough crabs. I should see a doctor.
The Twitter page about does this game have a crab in it would be proud.
There is one of those. I've seen the frog one, but I'm not shocked there's a crab
bunch
one.
of in the middle there. There's so it's so funny. There's a mini game around here.
I try not to think about it, Pete. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, later on, one of the Fantastic Seven will appear around here. That's what it was. Oh, guess we're doing teacups. I mean, it is the best attraction of all.
This seemed like a good idea.
You know what? I haven't heard this track in a very long time because I don't use these, so I guess I'll enjoy that.
I mean, it's the first attraction flow I've used in this stream.
Yeah. Oh man.
Here we go.
Okay, so that's enough crabs. So once I'm done with this, I need to head back to the ship, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you just gotta walk to the ship.
Back off. Here we go.
Oh, I was trying to arrows up. I keep doing that.
Right. Storm.
That looked painful. I'm sorry, man. Like, you want to talk about it? Oh, hey, look, this is where, we spawn in the first game.
Yeah.
Do I know Andrew IRL? Yeah, he's one of my oldest friends, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. We've known each other since middle school.
No, elementary. We were in Cub Scouts together.
Let's see.
Were we in Cub Scouts too? Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's
To be
see.
fair, I forgot a
Yes.
lot of people I knew in
Let's
Cub
see.
Scouts.
Josh, too.
I remember Josh from Cub Scouts. Josh and I used to hate each other. Actually, now that I think about it, I used to hate a lot of my friends.
Yeah.
Because you and I had a long
Yeah.
while where we were kind of at each other's throats.
Oh, yeah, you and I had a lot of beef when we were younger.
And when I first met Kira, I thought she was one of the popular kids, so I hated her by default.
I mean, Kira hated me. So, wow, our friend group is weird.
Like, how the hell did we find each other? We were basically all at each other's throats, and then we became friends.
It's really funny if you think about it.
Yeah.
Get real sick of your
I think with you and I, we both discovered we both like bonded over talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, and then we were like, you know what, you're fine. I think that's what happened with us.
I think so, honestly.
And then Josh and Kira, I basically, well, Josh, I got to know him
Through band, right?
I don't really want to say his name over stream, but that one guy.
Oh, yes.
Back off.
Place Roxas with what do you have?
Light.
Why? What is with you in this crack ship, my dude?
Kira, I thought the weirdest chip was Soriku. Did I just say that out loud? Yes, I did.
Okay, with the Soriku, I can at least see some of their arguments, but sometimes there's crack ships that are just crack ships.
Take this.
I mean, you can't tell me that Kingdom Hearts 1 wasn't about Sora and Riku competing for Kairi, because it definitely was.
Don't they outright admit it? Like several times? Like, you can definitely take a beef with that kind of thing, but they definitely were.
There are definitely at least 500 of these crabs, because you're still finding them. To be honest though, like you'll level up the Leviathan all the way to 10 pretty easily from here. So you could probably go straight to it. Oh. It just auto sent you there now that you got 500.
Oh my god,
Interesting.
that's hilarious. I didn't expect that at all.
That's enough. That's enough. You need to move on. Oh my god, I don't want to see you on this island anymore. Go explore.
Aye, that's all of them. Now,
my
to my final
God.
task. Be back in a trice.
So I genuinely could have left, but on my way back to the finding
There,
the
mates.
ship.
Fit to sail any sea. Now, Sora, one final
I think you got
inquiry.
enough. You've
Is there
probably
any
leveled
particular
up to
reason
2,
you wanted
because
this ship?
the bare minimum gets you to be able to leave and explore.
Let's see, so off stream I need to do 100 Acre
Yeah.
Woods and the Lucky Emblems
To
and
explore
Frozen.
the seas. Free as
Honestly,
the
save
wind.
exploration
Good
for the
answer.
stream, because even though
You
there's not going to
are
be
a
any
pirate.
story stuff,
Captain Sora.
because the only way to continue the story past this cutscene that's playing now
But
is
Jack,
to go to the one spot
why
on the
do you
map
keep
that they're
saying
obviously
final?
telling you to go to.
Like you're leaving.
Like,
Ah,
you just opened
it's
up that whole
because
map,
this
and you
me
can do
has
whatever
run his
you want,
orcas, mate.
explore as many islands as you want for as long as you want, and there will not be a single cutscene.
This you.
I do recommend getting to at least level 8
Aye,
Leviathan,
the surrogate
otherwise
me.
the ship
That the
bosses
goddess
will
of the
be
sea
pretty
sent here
challenging.
to help you lot. And of course,
yes.
any
I
means
always
still
get it up
me.
all the way to level 10.
I may be duplicatable, but I'm always incomparable.
Okay, fair enough.
The sea.
Respect it.
She smiles upon us, Sora. And let's leave it at that, shall we? For now, the real me has a crucial engagement. At Shipwreck Cove, where the pirate brethren will meet Beckett and his lot in battle to win back our freedom.
Then let us help.
No, it's for pirates to resolve.
But
not
I
you,
wanna
Sora.
be a pirate. I wanna.
You're as free as the wind now, and far you'll go.
Oh,
That's not traumatizing. Quick, grab the crab so we can upgrade the Leviathan.
Yeah.
Shit! Dang it, Donald.
So you can find those crabs basically everywhere. I don't think they respawn starting now,
So, Jack was showing
but
us the way.
there is more than enough crabs to get you to level 10.
Exciting.
There is an infinite way to spawn crabs
Jack,
as well, as you somehow
he said it was
screw
the
yourself,
pirates'
because
battle to fight.
you get a certain number of crabs every time you destroy enemy pirate ships.
Ooh, so you can farm those
But a
if you
fight
need
for
to.
pirates
Yeah, if you absolutely need to. The fastest way is to explore islands, though.
is a fight for us. Come on, let's find the real Jack.
Okay, this is really cool, really exciting, a good way to leave off the stream for the night.
Yeah. So as soon as we're out of cutscene hell, of course. But yeah, you've unlocked the map. You've unlocked the best part of Kingdom Hearts 3's Disney World, in my opinion.
I'm sorry, the water bucket.
I mean, wasn't that in the movie?
Yes, it's still funny. Because he's not allowed to set foot on dry land.
With me, Jack.
So I
But
have to
apparently
imagine
this
Deliver the
worked.
pirates.
I have to imagine they
And here
carried
we
the
are.
bucket, or alternatively they had several
be bashful.
buckets and he had to like
Step
awkwardly
up.
hop
Claim
into
your
each one.
reward.
So doesn't this mean that he could have met his beloved anytime he wanted, as long as they just set up a kiddie pool for him to stand in?
Sparrow,
Yes.
your debt to me is still to be
Like, it seems like he could have gotten around his problem very
100
easily.
years in servitude
Yeah,
aboard the
he-
Dutchman.
If this
Now's a
works,
start.
That debt was paid.
you could meet more than 10 years. It's just
You
it's just much
escape.
easier once every 10
I
years.
propose an exchange.
I mean, to be fair,
Will leaves with us.
he didn't
You
say
can take Jack.
that there was a rule against escaping.
Done.
Undone.
Done.
He could step on
Jack's one of
land
the
when
9
it's
pirate
raining.
lords. You have
Possibly.
No right.
Is wet land not dry land?
As you command, your nips.
Scurvy
I'd like to
blackguard.
imagine that he never thought of the bucket until someone else told him. And he just had an, oh my god.
I am
Never
an
thought of-
idiot.
You wouldn't
Oh.
want to damage the leverage now.
He's like, I will never forgive myself for this idiocy.
Yeah.
Now,
I mutated into an octopus creature because I didn't think of wearing rain boots filled with water.
Wait,
Wait, would that work?
wouldn't he have turned into the octopus creature anyway, just because of being underwater all the time? Like, I thought it had to do with him being immortal.
I think it had to do with part of the curse.
Well, I thought the curse was being immortal and turning
Yeah.
into octopus creature. I don't know. I don't understand Pirates of the Caribbean lore.
Fair.
That movie didn't do a very good job of explaining it.
Advise your brethren,
Kingdom
you
Hearts
can
does an even
fight,
worse job of
and
explaining
all
it
of you will
because Kingdom Hearts
die,
is more worried about Kingdom Hearts
or
stuff.
you cannot fight, in which case only most of you will die.
The
We
background
will
music
fight.
keeps playing over and over.
And
I
you
mean,
will
yeah,
die.
it loops decently well. It hasn't gotten droning yet. Alright, and so ends this stream of Kingdom Hearts 3. I feel like we made a lot of progress.
We basically did 2 Disney Worlds worth because we got through most of the story of this game. Everything left is just exploring. Level 3.
Have you ever seen crabs like those? Some of them skithered back out to sea.
Who knows what other shores they might turn up on?
There's your hint to go explore, I guess.
Alright. If Luca makes it into... Oh! Okay, the movie Luca. I was like, wait, who are you talking about?
I haven't seen that.
It's decent.
The ads looked fine, but at the same time, the ads have been playing so many times that I'm just annoyed by it, and I don't feel like I want
I mean, that was, in the end, my beef with Frozen. Alright, so I'm gonna end the stream here.
Alrighty then.
For going longer than usual, I feel like we did a decent job. We got Frozen done in one sitting, so we didn't have to deal with that for any longer than we had to. We got to the point in Pirates that we're free to explore next time. So,
I think we can get out of Disney Worlds in a minimum of 2 streams.
Ooh. How
Like, because
exciting.
I feel like we should definitely be able to finish Pirates next stream, and then it will probably take 1 more stream to do Big Hero 6, and then you'll be free to begin endgame shenanigans.
I do like me endgame shenanigans. Alright, so we did good, everybody. Have a good night.